You are listening to Larry Conners, USA.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
This is Larry Conners USA. Larry Conners USA.
Guess what? Here's what's even most infuriating about the COVID positive cases that you just mentioned. U.S. citizens have to get a negative test before coming into back into our country. This administration is prioritizing illegal immigrants over U.S. citizens.
This is March 3rd, 2021. Those are the words of Texas Congressman Crenshaw, Republican, talking about how illegals are being released all across our nation without being tested for COVID. Without being tested for COVID. But if you're out of our country as a U.S. citizen, you're coming back, you have to be tested before they're going to let you come in. Yes, Biden and the administration are prioritizing illegals over American citizens. And, of course, Texas Governor Abbott announcing yesterday we're going to open up the state. All businesses are going to be open. We will have no longer a mask mandate. Democrats appalled, scared. They're scared about COVID spreading, that this is a mistake. And yet the same Democrats ignore the fact that thousands upon thousands are coming across our southern border through their open door, no border policy, who are not being tested. You see the hypocrisy? Of course you do. They have no concern about illegals coming in. This is politics at its finest as practiced by the left. Which brings us to New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. Can he save his political career? Well, he announced today, and he's still in the process, the last I checked, holding a briefing today, an announcement. He said, I'm going to make an announcement. Well, of course, everybody showed up. The announcement. Obviously, with the scandal, the sex scandal that's been going on. What's he going to say? Is he going to step down? Is he going to say, I'm guilty, I plead guilty, I'm so sorry, forgive me, let me stay? He turned it into a coronavirus briefing primarily. Again, leftist politics at play. Listen, I give the guy credit for, that's kind of what you do. It's a little flim-flam, a little look over here, not here. You know what he did end up saying? He actually did end up making a comment about what he's doing or his comments about it. And what he did is, I apologize if I touched anyone, quote, inappropriately. I am embarrassed. He apologized if he touched anyone inappropriately, and he just wants you to know that I'm embarrassed. Does that take care of everything? Everybody good now? Should be. That's it. We don't get any more, demand more from left, do we? If you're a Republican, they will crucify you. That's still not acceptable. Well, actually, in his state, and with some Democrats that want his head anyway, they're pushing forward. They have already stepped forward and removed his executive powers in some cases. So here he is trying in the midst of this scandal, one with the nursing homes, of course, which is much more important than the allegations of sexual harassment. But nobody was calling for him to be ousted and lose anything because of nursing home deaths. But now the allegations about sex scandal, now they're putting it all together. At this point, nearly 30 Democrat and Republican New York lawmakers have said Cuomo should either resign or face impeachment. Mayor Bill de Blasio said if these allegations are true, he cannot govern. And they have stripped Cuomo of emergency powers he had through the COVID-19 pandemic. We also have, in the next 2 hours, focus on H.R. 1. H.R. 1, it would federalize and micromanage elections. Riddle me this. If Democrats are proposing this and supporting it, do you think it's good for America? Do you think it's good for election integrity? And this, I think the Dems are pushing a fabricated threat to keep troops and fences in D.C. Oh, one other thing that you should consider, that you probably had never thought this would never happen. You might have thought that. You might have thought this would never happen. This is not just a proposal I'm going to tell you about. This is underway in one state, now a second state, Are you ready? Are you ready for human bodies to be composted, spread around on the land, as you do with any compost material? And yet they really can't put it near trees and plants for a reason, because there's something in human bodies that might be harmful to the plants. But otherwise, you can maybe spread it around otherwise. Are you ready for that? Do you want human bodies cremated, composted, and then dumped all over the land? Listen, Larry Conners USA is much more than just political battles, so share with family and friends. We're on the air. They do not want to miss. You don't either. Lock and load. Ready. On the right.
You can email Larry at LarryConnersUSA@gmail.com. LarryConnersUSA@gmail.com.